letting go is one of the greatest powers I could have ever come across. And I would even say it's a power, but an ability to let go of what no longer serves you and step into the light of what does serve you was one of the key elements of creating a vision.
My name is Jeremiah Zen. I'm an artist, entrepreneur, activist, designer. I juggle a lot of fields, right? And I do a lot of things in inspiration to be my greatest version and uplift others around me in a way, uplift the energy. Everybody breathe with us. Uplift the energy in the space, your space, and where you're at and wherever.
I'm trying to invade all y'all space.
He definitely is.
With
high energy.
Yeah, with high energy.
With high energy, right? So that's a little bit about me, Jeremiah Zen. And right now, welcome to the Chosen Conversations. With the Chosen Collective. Welcome. Here we have a great artist, a great musician, a great person, right? And he's done a lot here in the city of Salt Lake City, and he's just beginning, right, to bring a lot of love, life, and great energy into the space and what you guys got going on into the entertainment. Everybody, please welcome my brother. They call me Chopper, or is it Chop now?
They call me Chopper, but they starting to call me Chop, so we going by Chop. I go by whatever they call me, so it's Chop.
It's Chop. Okay.
I appreciate it. Hype me up like that, my man.
I got you, man.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a high level conversation with chosen ones, and it's not everybody's called, but not everybody's chosen.
Ooh, damn. That's some sauce right there.
But that's why you're here.
Yeah.
That's why you're here, and a lot of people, that witness us with the Chosen Collective is more than just the arts. And that everybody wants to do something, but the way you're doing it is exponential better in the way that you do it. So real quick question, since we're jumping off and the audience knows, so when it comes down to Chop and they call me Chopper, where did you come up with this name and where does it originate from?
It's kind of a funny story. I don't really like where it came from, honestly, because it kind of puts me in someone else's shoes. So basically, I got my hair done, right? I got some box braids. I got either some twists or some box braids. And then my homie started saying I look like NLE Choppa. And so I was like, after that, they just started calling me Chop, like even when the hair was done. But I don't really like that story because I don't want to be known for someone else, right? But I don't know, Chop just always stuck with me. So that's what I've gone with. And Choppa, they call me Choppa. I feel like it also sounds too much like NLE Choppa, and so that's also another reason I shortened it to Chop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be known for, as someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you're trying to be you.
Yeah, I'm trying to be me.
And in this age, I feel like there's so many distractions that the greatest thing we could do is stay focused. And you got your name from that reference of NLE Choppa, which is a cool artist, but letting and leading to where you're at now.
Sorry, it's nothing against him or nothing. It's just like I gotta be my own person.
You gotta be you, and that's the best thing you can have. An ability is be you. But sometimes us as artists, we like to build upon what is already constructed, so we could build on that and branch off into what really is us. Because I started off, for example, with my music career, I started off with Schoolboy Q, just because of his style, his branding. I really like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, within the hip hop realm. But then from there, I understood why I liked them so much, and it was because the soul, right? The soul and the consciousness and the conscious lyricism that they have within their lyrics gravitated towards me because those same things were what made me relate, because I've always wanted to feel soul, right? I've always wanted to feel relatable or relate to an artist that are on a soul vibration.
Definitely. You can hear that in your music as well, like, for sure. You have a message throughout it.
I definitely try to keep a message going, because without the message, I don't really have direction. I need a good message, and I'm trying to perfect myself as the messenger, so I could be the best messenger and deliver the best message. Because you could meet somebody, and they could say something, but it just wasn't the right messenger. The message was fire, but the messenger wasn't it. It's like Kendrick Lamar over at the Super Bowl. He said, What did he say? What did he say? If you remember, he said the revolution.
Hey, mine? Oh,
No, he said
not
the
that far.
No, not that much. He was like, the revolution about to be televised. You pick the right time, but the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
Something around those lines. And, you know, along those lines, I feel like we're the right people to bring a revolution through art, or in the aspect of how we're doing it, the way we're doing it in Salt Lake City, you know. So, you know, music could come in so many different ways, and art could be expressed in so many aspects. But for you, like, what was that catalyst for you to be an artist other than your name? Like, what caused you to be like, dang, I want to make music?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know what like originally made me want to get into making music. I remember being little and I would watch like music videos and like try and sing along with it, but it was just trash, bro. Like I was never good at singing until like the past 2 years when I've really focused on it and worked on it, trying to make music. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, just listening to music, it makes you feel a certain way. Certain songs will make you feel a type of way, you know, and change your whole mood up. And so I guess that might be a reason. I don't know. That's a good question, though. I have to really think about it to, you know, find out exactly what made me want to start making music.
Facts, I feel. And that's the process, though. It's like we're still young and we're still in the process of figuring ourselves out.
For sure.
As we figure ourselves out, we start figuring out how we want to express that. And the music is a good outlet for it.
Definitely.
And that's why a lot of my music, I like to carry a message within my music, because I feel like everything in my life is, like, I want to say is necessarily deep, but it's not surface level either.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
there's still something that I look and I'm like, why did that happen? And even if it was like the smallest thing, I'm like, oh, okay, let's analyze that, because this could still, you know, help me out in a certain way that maybe I'm not seeing right now. Right? And so, like, with that being said, it's like you still developing, and as well as myself, figuring out and pinpointing that, you know, you had a love for it, and that same love is what brings you and drives you and gives you the passion for you to be who you are now today, right? And so when you get to the level of just like having a family, or let's say you make it, like, what's your next step? Because I know Denzel Washington said something. He said our first stages of our life, we go ahead, we learn. Our second stage of our life, we earn. Our third stage of our life, we return. So in this learning stage of your life, as you're learning, what is the biggest thing that you feel like you could give to the people and the process of you learning right now? Like, when you look at the lower class wants to make money. They're trying to survive, right? When you expand into the middle class is thinking about ideas. How can I make more passive income to generate me more money to take me to the higher class? But when you reach the higher class, it comes down to systems, okay? When you make a system, you can automate your money. You could automate your programs. You could automate passive income without stressing too much and think about survival or think about so many ideas. You get to the higher class and you start using the people in the middle class with the ideas and use those ideas to automate systems, right?
I'd even say you use the people in the low class, because the people in the middle class, they're going to cost more, right? So you use the people in the low class to make those ideas and systems happen, and then you're just printing even more money. But sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead. With that being said, is we're even reaching the age where AI and artificial intelligence is popping up. And so it's like, even people who are really intelligent, especially in the high class, they're going to replace people, right? And they're going to have AI come in because, well, people become lazy. People are becoming lazy. People don't, you know, want to pull up to work. People XYZ. AI is going to come in and do what the humans don't want to do, right?
I use
and
AI
it saves
every
money.
day, shit.
You know, what are a couple ways you use AI?
So for song promotions, I use it to think of ideas, like how can I do this better? What websites can I use to upload my songs so that DJs have access to them, like the stems and everything like that? How can I get sync licensing placements so my songs in movies and shows and video games, stuff like that? Just like every way possible, bro. It's like, it's smarter than you. Just like, I'm gonna use it, you know? Use it to your advantage.
And you start to like notice a lot of times that, like you said, it's smarter than us. And so AI is definitely a blueprint of us, if you think about it. It's like we're already thinkers and we're already intelligent, but AI is just trying to do it better.
It amplifies it, yeah.
It amplifies it. So I think us as humans, and stepping into this new age of Aquarius, this new age of information, you know, we need to start focusing on ourselves, or else AI is going to take our jobs. AI is going to happen inevitably. It's going to happen regardless. But how can we put ourselves ahead of the curve in game and system to be able to, like, not necessarily be better than AI, but be better selves, be better individuals, and put ourselves in position to be, you know, not in competition, but in collaboration with what the future is bringing.
Right. So, I don't know, bro. It's a tough question. I mean, we gotta, I don't know. I feel like we're kind of in competition with each other, us versus other people, obviously, but AI with all those people. So it's me and AI versus you and AI. You know, we're all competing, and everybody's gonna start using it, bro. It's already happening, you know. But as for now, I've tested it, bro. It's not creative. It's like, you know, it's like a robot. It hasn't had experiences. It hasn't lived, so it can't be you and me. You know what I'm saying?
It can't be human.
It can't be human, but we can use it to our advantages. But in terms of, like, I don't know, music, art, and stuff, I'm sure one day it'll get there, but it doesn't have like a soul. You know, it's not creative like that.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other part of the question?
So, you know, like I was mentioning, like, we're stepping into this era where people even are competing against each other, but we should be in collaboration. So when we see artificial intelligence step into the field, you know, people tend to be scared. But I feel like if we could just hone into ourselves, right? My question is, like, when you hone into yourselves, like, what type of game, like, what are the sauces and the keys that you got for people to take care of themselves, especially in a world full of distractions? Or at least, how do you do it?
Just staying true to myself. I mean, shit, go outside, take a damn walk, think about things, like go touch some grass or something, bro. Like,
yeah, get connected with nature.
Get connected with nature for sure. As it's getting warmer out here in Salt Lake, I've been going outside, taking my walks, just taking some time to reflect. That's how I do it. And in the shower, I write my best music in the shower. So
yeah. So as a music artist, you're stepping into an age where you're becoming more mature and developing within your art, right? Like I mentioned, we're in that stage of learning. What are some of the keys that you got for other chosen ones out here, you know, that if you learn some sauce you want to give to them and be like, hey, you're not alone?
So people aren't going to want to hear it if I'm being real, but you kind of got to compare yourself to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to get better, you kind of have to. It's like, I've heard people make the worst music on earth, and it's like, bro, I know you can hear this. Like, if you compare it to this, it's like, bro, I'm not really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So, I know they say comparison is a thief of joy or whatnot, but at a certain degree, you got to. If you wanna get to where you are destined to go, if you want to make it to where you can go, you just have to keep pushing yourself. And I feel like the people who are the toughest on themselves are the people who go the farthest. You know what I'm saying? So I personally, like, I've been working at this music stuff for 2 years, and I criticize every song. Every time I think it's done, I listen to it the next day. I'm like, nope, this has got to change. Nope, that's got to change. It's like, you also got to know when to stop, though, and just leave it alone. So it's kind of tough. But yeah, just, I don't know.
One word that came to my mind is don't wait, create. Right?
Definitely, just keep going. Just keep creating. That's facts.
Keep creating. Sure. You know, my uncle told me something. He was like, a lot of times, creativity and giving yourself space to think, a lot of people look down on that. You know, at least my unks had the opportunity to look down on it, right? And I use that as drive, because you come to a certain point where a lot of people around you, especially in our households, won't really believe in what you got going on. It'd be your closest people.
Oh yeah.
You know, it'd be your closest people. I'm like, wow, bro, like you should be supporting me the most, because nobody else has a drive that you may have or I may have in the household, right? And let's suppose there are a couple other folks, but if you see somebody trying to actually do something, you give them props. You know,
it's not, give them their praise.
Give them
the
praise.
Push them, because that might be what they need to just finally fucking push through that barrier and make it. You know what I'm saying?
And we become a product of our environment. Right? As much as we don't believe it or we don't see it, maybe because you might be in a certain environment or whatever it may be. Like, we become a product of our environment. That's why, like, I want to come to a certain point where I have a bunch of hustlers, artists, entrepreneurs, creatives around me.
Oh yeah.
Because you get to a certain point where it's like you're around 5 bums, you become the 6th bum.
Oh yeah.
You
For
know?
sure, bro. You around 6 millionaires or 5 millionaires, you're gonna become the 6th. That's like, I've seen it happen too. Like, yeah, bro. If you're around a bunch of bums, you gotta get out of that shit, bro. And I'm on the same thing. I'm just trying to surround myself with good people who are trying to do something, who have like an image for themselves for the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're building towards something, and you know that image can switch up. But as long as you have that like within you, I feel like you're someone I want to be around for sure.
And that's what the collective is about. The Chosen Collective, it's about when we're broken, we choose ourselves, and that's when ones become chosen. You know? It's like we've all been broken before, but you either choose yourself again and again, or you let yourself be broken.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. It's like we're chosen because we continue to choose ourselves, and when we choose ourselves, it allows other people to choose us, and it allows a higher power to choose us, like God to choose us. Because how can God choose us if we can't even choose ourselves? Because then we can't even hear the message that God got for us and the message that we want to share to others around us. You know, sometimes it's deeper than the music and the art, but the way we choose ourselves makes the art dope. It makes the art cool as heck. Because
sure.
you've been through something, you know, and I've been through something. But when you're in that learning stage and you get to that stage in your career and life where now you're earning, you're making dividends, you're making money, you're everything paid off, what's next for you? Like, how are you going to feel, you know? What's that tipping point where you're like, I've earned, you know, and what's your tactic and what's your future ideal to maintain that as a music artist and someone that's developing in the career of music?
Okay, so let me ask you another question. So, are you saying earned as in like monetary or like with knowledge?
I'd say let's say both, because
Okay.
when you earn through knowledge, you could apply that through money, and I think anything that's high level is included with finances. You can't be high level and not have finances. You know,
That's true.
you could.
I mean, you can be, but you'll fuck it up.
Yeah, you got to be high level in the mind and the spirit, and then it manifests into high level finances and well, let's say fruits of your labor.
Mm-hmm.
So when you reach that certain point, like, how do you maintain that as an artist through knowledge and through finances?
This kind of goes back to the last question, because I was gonna say also investing in yourself. Like, that's one way that I've just like compounded my growth in such a I mean 2 years is not like such a short time, but you know, I've compounded my growth so much within that 2 years. It's crazy to me. Going to the studio, recording with people who are better than me, you know, working on beats myself, like just working with everybody and investing in myself. You know, it takes money to see that compound growth.
You got
But,
to lose some to get some.
Oh yeah, for sure. You gotta, you know, scared money don't make money, as they say,
yeah.
as the trappers would say.
That's right.
Yeah, but yeah, invest in myself. I don't know. I've always been like, ever since I was little. Also, I've always been into just personal finances and all that, which is, I don't know. Apparently, it's kind of weird because I don't hear a lot of people talking about that from a young age. But I was always watching YouTube videos about like how to invest money, like S&P 500, you know, stocks like that, index funds, life insurance, real estate. I had one of my close friends his dad was a big real estate agent in the area, and so I kind of grew up thinking about that as well. I'd like to buy a bunch of real estate. I would like to open up other businesses and, you know, invest in stocks. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas like that. My clothing brand. I like to throw more events. Obviously, that's one way to do it, and one way we can make money and actually give back to the people as well and build our community up, not just, you know, sell out. Yeah.
See, that's different. That's chosen. That's chosen energy, right? Because you ask that to any other rapper or artist, be like, oh, I want to spend money on a car, diamond chains.
Hey, don't get me wrong. It's gonna come.
It'll come. That's part of it. That's that's beautiful in itself. You know,
Yeah, you
like
gotta-
there's nothing wrong.
I feel like I definitely want to set my foundation first before I, go out and splurge.
Yeah, it's possible to splurge too. That's part of it. But you instantly right off rip, you would mention that you want to invest in real estate, stocks, XYZ, and that's the key to success, because now you're investing not only in yourself, but you're investing in your future. And that's one of the things that us in black and brown households, we didn't really have. You had mentioned that we don't have financial literacy and education. We didn't really hear that coming up,
Hell
right?
no.
And so down the line, we've had like split family households, and we didn't have fathers in the house or drama, XYZ.
Yes,
So
sir.
it inspires me because I want to reach a certain point where it comes down to, now I have a business, and within that business, we could go ahead and share the income and make a family business off of what we created. So I have my mom working for me. She's getting paid a certain type of money. My wife is handling secretary numbers, or wherever the wife wants to be. A wife is a strong asset as well as the mom.
For sure.
I have
You
my
gotta hold it down.
They gotta hold it down.
Yeah.
It's a team thing, right?
Mhm.
And so maybe my brother or my cousin is over on the other side holding some other operations. So that's the thing that I wish we could have more of, generational wealth, right? And so just hearing that aspect of you as a music artist and what you have envisioned, stocks,
Mhm.
real estate, that's you preparing for the future.
A lot of people would say like, "Oh, you're trying to be a music artist, like you're trying to do this, that, and the other. Like you must be dumb or something. Like you don't know what you actually want, and like you don't have your future planned out." But bro, just worry about yourself, damn.
Yeah.
You'll see. You know what I'm saying?
That's the energy. That's the energy. Cause it's your path, and you could carve it. And as long as you believe in it, you have to believe in it more than others do. But obviously, if you believe in it, it's possible.
Oh yeah.
But other people are always going to criticize because they're going to want to be in the position where you at, or they don't
sure.
see the power that they have internally.
100%. And people don't realize, like, I don't know, I'm someone who I've grown up, like, seeing people, even through, like, videos or social media or whatever, like, mutual friends I know, like, doing stuff. And I'm like, bro, if they can do it, why couldn't I,
Mhm.
It's like, we all got the same 24 hours.
Mhm.
There's no reason I couldn't do it.
That's right. And so when you reach that earning stage and, you maintain it, you get to a position where you have the real estate, you have the stocks, you trademark it, you envision it, you're there. You reach a certain point where I feel like the true successors are when you want to give back. You want to
Mhm.
return. You learn, earn, return. You want to give back.
100%.
What are some of the ways, you see yourself and your family and your artistry, if you make it, which you will, but if you give back? Not everybody gives back, but if you're in that position to give back, how would you want to give back to the world?
We've seen 30 plus.
Oh
with
yeah,
the-
we got 30
with the
plus.
clothes, yes sir.
And then we got Zanatic right here.
Mhm.
That's an old-fashioned brand that I used to carry. Now it's just Jeremiah saying, but yeah, 30
Yes,
plus.
sir. 30 plus clothing. I saw him a while back. He did like a workshop with some kids, like teaching them how to kind of make clothes. Not like the full process, obviously, but like, giving them some knowledge and some inspiration like that, showing them that it's possible, So collaborating with like people like that, with like less fortunate kids, or, all kids, gotta help the youth out, you know what I'm saying? Besides that, I don't know, bro. I'd have to think about it some more. But that's like definitely would be the main focus for me giving back. Would be helping kids figure out that like shit's possible,
Right. And, a lot of these kids look up to us.
Wait, hold on. It's been you asking me all the questions. Let me ask you the same question.
Well, yeah, I answer questions too.
Yeah, you got to. It's an
Okay.
interrogation. How would you give back? Like, what are your plans? What are your ideas?
Well, like give back as in like, what do you mean? Like give back if I blow up, if I make it, and
When
I
I
reach a
blow
certain
up,
point.
I'ma act like I don't know nobody. Yeah, but like when you blow up, after your earning stage and you've done what you wanted to do, how will you give back?
Well, first and foremost, I feel like I want to put on for my people in the Latin community, right? And just black and brown communities, right?
For sure.
And I want to put on for the less unfortunate and be the voice of the broken, so we could once be chosen and choose ourselves. And I feel like that comes down to education, and we weren't properly educated as youth to be suited up for the world. I feel like a lot of times our parents try to protect us from the world. Instead, they should prepare us for the world. And so when it comes down to me, you know, going through right now my learning stage, then my earning stage, and then my returning stage, throughout these processes, when I get to that returning stage, I really want to, you know, build institutes. I want to build platforms and ways for us to learn about engineering, technology, financial literacy, robotics, math, mathematicians. I really want to like emphasize on intelligence, and that's the thing. Is like if I would build schools, I would build studios, opportunities for artists to even express themselves as an artist, and give them platforms to be the greatest versions. I really would build investments into them investing into themselves and their greatest version. Not only that, I would protect Mother Earth and just bestow blessings upon others through God's will, in that sense of just letting God flow through me, let the universe flow through me, so I could, you know, be of service. So I think that's my whole goal, really. I really just want to, you know, get to a certain point where I could be of service to others and allow others the space to know what's possible. Because we got to do it for ourselves first and build that foundation, like you said. But that's my whole goal. That's the real reason why I stepped into this matrix, into the system, and stepped into society so I could be someone, so I could be not only someone for myself, but be someone for someone else. And I feel like that's going to be my returning stage, is showing them that, you know, you don't have to conform to the system. You know, you can, but you could be something great.
That's what I'm saying. And yeah, you said stepping into society, but it's really, in my eyes, stepping out of society and not conforming, as you said, and just doing something that's, you know, not normal, you know what I'm saying? But still finding your path and taking the steps that you need to take to build what you're trying to build and have that life that you're trying to live, you know. And then eventually, once you do all that, because you can't help when you're down, you know what I'm saying? You can't help other people. You can just help yourself. So you got to help yourself get to that level where you can help others.
Exactly. You got to step into the game and know the rules. You got to play the game and then break the rules sometimes to, you know, build your own game. At the end of the day, we want to build our own world, build our own institutions, build our own schools, I wouldn't say our whole new society, but we want to build our own, because we live in a world that's not necessarily ours, in a sense where it doesn't really support the soul. It's that you find brown households, black households, we're naturally spiritual and emotional, and that's why we feel music and we feel art and we feel, you know, passion so much differently than other folks, right? So we got to return to our roots so we could understand our future, and once we come back home, then we could know where we want to build, you know.
To the motherland.
To the motherland. Take it back to the Amazon rainforest, man. Yeah.
Shit.
No, yeah, that's blessed up, man. I appreciate you for coming on to the Chosen Conversations and bestowing your blessing.
For sure.
Consider
yourselves blessed.
Yup, consider yourself blessed. Where can we find you?
They call me Choppa on Instagram. It's just Chop on streaming platforms. Go check out the latest single, Untold Dreams. We got Fragile with my boy Lil Vro, and then we got Income for Nothing, which is just another single by me.
Go tap in with him.
For sure.
My name is Jeremiah Zan, coming back with another Chosen Conversation, high-level conversation with the Chosen Collective. And we're going to be coming back with some more exclusives, some clothes, and some more conversations as well, and
some
more
events.
Some more events popping up artistically. Tap in, as well as events that bring you to a higher level of you choosing yourself consistently so you could be chosen. You know, there's more to come. Salt Lake City and around the world globally. We're going to take it up to the top and be your greatest version. Start now, start today. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget you're loved, you're special, and you can do this. Anything.
Shit. Peace, love. That's all.
Peace and love.